Hello everyone, welcome back to another Mr. Z video. So today we're going to be doing, I have a lot of friggin' templates. Like my templates have templates. So going back to the video thing, we'll do it tomorrow. We will got to way around some stuff. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go more internet based. As they say, we might as well just use the internet because now it's just powerful. Just like Sauron with the Ring of Power, aside from that. So, today we're going to be talking about Michelin-style menus. So for restaurants, so let's say you're a restaurant owner, or maybe you want to open up a restaurant. I don't really know, but if it's one or the other, then you're here for the right video. So there's a five. So at the moment, there's no 4-star or 5-star Michelin. There's only 3 stars. That's the highest it can go. But I don't understand why there isn't. But there's kind of like a menu for it. It's confusing. And yes, Michelin is a tire company giving out restaurant reviews for all those fun facts. And then you're saying to yourself, why would a tire company give out restaurant reviews? Because I got it for you. Money. Reminds me of Mr. Krabs. Why are you doing it? Because I love money. Yeah, pretty much. So aside from that, so we got this. I was doing a menu and it didn't make any sense because it doesn't exist. Again, because the 5-star dining experience doesn't exist, apparently, because I went on Google. But I might just do this one just for fun, just because why not? But aside from that, but a 3-star does exist, but yet the 5 stars $4.50 per guest, but yet the grand tasting menu is $5.50 per guest plus a wine pairing. Doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. Aside from that, so what you would do is prompt it right here. Can you create me a Michelin star menu? And then I just say Michelin only awards up to 3 stars. So there you go. So I got my answer. So then I went on Google to, Google it because that's what most people do. And if you don't, then, well, you're living inside a cardboard box. That's an actual song too. So don't get any ideas, people, in the comment section. But so the whole point is that only 3 stars. And then, so then I said to myself, so what I did is it's called prompting. Know your terminology, people. So I prompted, can you make me a Michelin 3-star menu? And then this is called the Etoile Supreme. I'm probably butchering the name, but again, I don't do French. So for this is just more of a template. You can like modify it based on your restaurant or based on or maybe you're like, I don't know, like a fast food place. Yes, I'm pushing that. KFC, I know you're listening to me, and you know what I mean. Again, I see your emails in my inbox. But aside from that, so I know you're listening to this, but still, hit me up. We'll do the Michelin star. We'll do the Michelin style type of stuff. As they say, if you can't afford it, get out of the restaurant. But this is the KFC. That's the point. But aside from that, so this would be the style. So obviously KFC or whatever restaurant you are, you would then put in like such and such menus. So like, for example, let's say we're talking about Italian cuisine. Yes, I love Italian food, even though I'm not Italian, but like most people. But let's say we're talking about Italian food because we're doing the Italian thing. So that would change. So obviously, instead of calling it amuse bouche, we would be calling it, I don't know, antipasto. There you go. And then we would put it very fancy, like the antipasto's fresh from Italy, fresh from like the garden, all that type of stuff. Beautiful salad and all that type of stuff. Fresh tomatoes, the finest cheese that melts in your mouth and everything, all that type of stuff. And then your first course obviously would be, let's say, your first, like a nice ravioli with some nice pesto or some nice beautiful like tomato sauce with some Italian herbs, stuff like that. And then your second course would be, now let's say You have a nice bowl of spaghetti bolognese or penne with pesto. Oh, penne with pesto is to die for. Trust me. If you haven't tried it, try it. Uh, and or we have in this case like a nice lobster. I'm not really the biggest. I like lobster, but it has to be cooked properly. But aside from my opinions, have a nice lobster or a nice shrimp or something. Nice grilled shrimp, some nice garlic and some nice butter over it. Oh, that's just to die for. And then you have I guess like a salad. Again, I'm not a big fan of salad, so maybe for a side we'll add some more fish to it, and we'll add maybe some nice prongs or something. Seems a lot better. And then whatever this is. So like I guess kind of like how would you put it? An intermisso. So I guess like kind of like and how do you say like a fancy in between. So then we have the main course. So the main course would be obviously your main course. Oh, this is something else. This is like a buffet, man. This is like like a fancy buffet menu. But aside from that, and I've been to buffets, but again, and even been to some fancy buffets that are pretty good. But aside from that, I'm not a food connoisseur, by the way. I'm just a guy making YouTube videos commenting on like nice food. So, yeah, AI templates. I guess I comment on nice food because why not? It goes hand in hand. So the main course would be a Wagyu steak. Those things I heard are really expensive. Like I'm talking about, you have to sell both your kidneys to get something like that. Like insane. Like I'm talking about $4,000 for like a small little plate of Wagyu. Like it's friggin' nuts. Yeah, I watched some other videos here and there too, but again, I'm informed. Then we have caviar. I never tried caviar, but I heard it's nice. I heard that's what all the fancy people eat. But I've heard it's really nice. I heard they're fish eggs, but hey, they taste good. Apparently, it tastes nice with like on like a nice one of those like nice graham crackers or something like those fancy like crackers, and then like you add some nice like herbs to it. Again, that's what I heard. I've never had it, but I heard it's nice. And then I like the oh my god risotto. Oh please don't no. So then we have a risotto. Just why? No, just don't. No. So let's put this. Okay, so for the example, we're doing the risotto, but again, I'm not a big fan of it. But aside from that, so we would have a nice fancy risotto with truffles. It sounds actually pretty good, but maybe instead of having a risotto, we can have like a nice, I don't know, like those shell pastas or like a cannelloni, and then we can put that with the truffles. I think that'd be a lot better. But aside from that, I'm just it's like having rice soup. No. And then we have a cheese course. I'm not a big fan of cheese. Again, I like it, but I'm not going to die for it. Let's just say if cheese went out of existence, I wouldn't cry. I think I would be just fine. Like, all of a sudden, the universe says, okay, you're going to have to give something up. And, okay, cheese. But, or no, I can live without it. As I said, I wouldn't even blink. Like, I like cheese, but I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a cheese lover. And then we got a dessert. So we either have, so obviously a nice chocolate sphere. I would probably end up picking up this sphere because again, I'm a big fan of chocolate. I like that, that SpongeBob guy where he yells chocolate. Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna see if I can find that on YouTube. So I have another channel too, but that's for some game walkthroughs and some other stuff. But I'll see if I can find it. Give me a minute. This guy. This is the guy I'm talking about. That's yeah. Yeah, so to put that out there, that's me. That's how much I love chocolate. So to sum it up, at the end of the episode, the guy just basically he finally tracks him down, and apparently the guy has like some like Elon Musk money, and he's like, "Yeah, bros, I want to buy all your chocolate." I'm just like, "Yeah, buddy, that's how we do it. That's gangster." But yeah, I love chocolate that much, so just for one of those like FYI's. But yeah, then we have a nice strawberries. I do like. I'm not a big fan of champagne, to be honest. It's too sugary. I'm just that guy. I don't really believe that alcohol should be sweet unless it's like a lemonade. But you have to add vodka to it. But that's the only kind of like exception. But apart from that, just no. And or we have something with an espresso with I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of coffee, I think. I don't know, man. And then I was trying to do something, so then I like we have that, and after we have some client examples and some other stuff. Again, I might go international. I think I might just so we have this, so this would be an example, and then let's say it still doesn't write, and then yeah, you do it for like this. And now you have all the nice type of stuff, like, and it gives you like I guess how long it would take. You can put that on the menu if you like it or if you don't. I would suggest if you put it on the menu, and then now let's say for example you have all this your desserts, and then now let's say you're kind of like okay, bro, just now, still too low. I'm gonna be losing money. So you would do, can you please adjust this for inflation? Obviously, I'm here in Spain, so I say Spain. But now let's say you're in Germany or wherever in the world you are. Can you please adjust it for the current inflation in X country? And then, yes, through the European Union, but the EU zone inflation and the actual single country inflation are two different things. Know your economics, people. And no inflation and all this type of stuff. This is how you run a business properly. So then I adjusted it again, and then from there, it's not that much, but same type of thing. And then now let's say English and Spanish. So there's different types of Spanish. There's Castilian Spanish from Castile, which is from pretty much up north where the Basque people are, as they say, they're the Puritans, and everyone else is not. But I don't really blame them. Kind of like Texas, like at the South, like. We're the Puritans and everyone else is not. It's something along those lines. So so then we have all this, and then can you add more? Now let's say you want to add more elegance. You want to make it sexier. Then you can do all this, and then add like more of a selection. And then this is for another customer. This one took me a little bit of a while. Because I had to change it, and then again, ChatGPT is great until it's not. Let's just put that out there, okay? It can understand certain things until it can't. Again, I'm going to be doing the DeepSeek comparison, and DeepSeek is a hell of a lot smarter, and actually understands what. Yeah, maybe you might have to prompt a little bit, maybe an extra one or two little words, but it has a better understanding of what's going on than ChatGPT. This is again, free version versus pro version. I heard the pro version is a little bit better. Kind of like Gemini. Gemini Flash is terrible, but Gemini Pro is a lot better. Again, it gets the job done at times, but I prefer the whole DeepSeek Quen model where everything is just like there's no paywall. All the premium features are here, and then that's it. And that's why these guys are winning. Just to put it out there. Yes, the Asian people are winning the AI war. They already won the technology war. Again, as an American, yes, I say it. Okay, yeah, we have our stuff, but when it comes to technology, yeah, Asian people are smarter. Yeah. So again, the DeepSeek comparison is a hell of a lot better. It even gives you a breakdown. It gives you even more specific type of stuff. As they say, it's all up front. They're like, no, we just want people to use your stuff, and that's it. Simple. Here's all this, and then I would have to modify it again. So they're looking like this is in English and Spanish. So then I got this. Then it goes into Spanish, and then I would like it to be in English. Just translated the same thing. So like how you would do it, a lot more detailed. But I think as well the problem is, as well as, yeah, minus my comparison to like Asian tech versus American tech versus Europe is not even on the board. Europe just doesn't exist. Period. Unless you're Ireland to a certain degree, but to a certain degree, but in England and like some other places, but okay, you're kind of there, but like in the sense of like the war, you just don't want to step in. You just want to be the observer and just prop up the businesses, you know, be like a moneymaker like Switzerland. So, but another thing is that you're probably thinking, Zarin, why are you doing this? Or Mr. Z, again, Zarin is the full, that's just another name, but the original name is Zarin. The original name is Zarin. So, Zarin, why are you doing this? Like, so, because it's a lot easier, it takes a lot of time, you don't have to think, all that type of stuff. It just does it for you. But as well, as much as I do like the Asian tech versus the ChatGPT and all that, but like, and Quen and all this other stuff, it's only as good as the information you give it. So what they have is what is called it's called machine learning or LLM. It's like a language for the machine. It's basically how a human, if you keep on doing certain things enough time, then it remembers, like riding a bike or swimming or whatever that you do. But let's go with riding a bike. It's a lot easier than swimming. You do that a lot more, and then you get the hang of it. So it's just kind of like that with that. Like the more information you give it, so pretty much you have a style, and then you give it this restaurant, or the last one was a resume, and then we have an ads campaign, and then I have all these other examples, trust me. So, but now it's kind of like, okay, but what do I do? How am I going to learn? Now you're putting more information. Okay, now it's starting to develop what in the brain. It's kind of like neural pathways. Now it's trying to develop these neural pathways, and then it's like, okay, it's getting smarter. Now it doesn't have to do that much effort, because now it's getting a memory bank, and it has these memories and everything, and it's building, and then you see the progress. So now instead of a bike, it's a plane. Instead of a plane, it's a rocket ship. Instead of a rocket ship, it's something from Star Wars where I can just hyper jump. And after that, then I don't know. It's something completely different, because I can't think that far into another dimension. But still, it works. Oh, no, I actually can. Then it becomes Skynet. And then we have Terminator. But aside from that, yes. But there's that. But the whole point is that it gets smarter and smarter. And then so now it has all this type of information. Now you're building on top of it, and the more you use it, but then I need to categorize certain things. But that's maybe I can do that later on. But the whole point is that it does that, and because what it has is called like a folder system. Like it can, like there's certain newer ones that are starting to get the folder system, but a lot of them have like this kind of like this, like in your brain, like or in a computer, what's called RAM, sorry, not ROM. RAM is something different. RAM, where it gets CD-ROM. That's what I'm thinking of. No, it's not a CD. It's RAM, random access memory. So what that is that obviously, like, it's the information that you give the computer, or in this case the AI, and then it has a memory bank where it can access certain memories or certain things, so then it can do it a lot faster, so it can be a lot more efficient. And then, as I said, it's like neural pathways, and you keep on building it. So this is one, and then I did it again to add certain other things, and then it got even smarter. And then now I did all this. This is the video. and then it gave me this, which I didn't want. And then I had to do it again, and it still gave me this, which I didn't want. So, and and then it gave me this. You get the idea. And then it gave me this, which is wrong. Yeah, you see, there you go. And then you see, like, now it's starting to get fed. So that's the whole point. And then again, you get the idea though. So you see all this, and then it's starting to get smarter. And then now I did this on Perplexity. That's another AI I'm going to be talking about. But to get this chart, I did it on Perplexity. So what it did is it charted everything out, and like what Perplexity is, it's kind of like a lot of the features from Pro, but in a different AI, but it's just focused on doing complex tasks. So then we did this again, and then now we have like all the formation, which is a lot nicer. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm feeding it the information, and now it's getting like a lot more elegant, a lot smarter. So then we have all this. I did like another one for someone else, but like, you get the idea. Like, it's getting smarter. But what I would do then is that there's another, when I would do with Manus, my first video is that I do this, and then I would try to put that on the website, so then people can see it. So it would be a lot more elegant. So like that's how it would be. So I would do all this on ChatGPT or DeepSeek or like all these all these other applications, and then I would turn it into a website to make it more appealing, and then add like more of like an automated McDonald's system, straight to the kitchen type of style. But instead of it being on an application or the kiosk, it's pretty much on the website, and it just goes straight to the kitchen. So again, that's for more later on. I'm going to be getting into more in depth on some other stuff. But again, thanks for watching, and remember to like, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, Mr. Z out.